Hello everyone, my name is Deok-Sun Kim from DK Mentoring Online. Today I'll talk about how to write findings section. Writing the findings section is always so much fun because you have an opportunity to hear your participants' voices again. The findings section is simply where you provide the details of your findings of your study. It is a very straightforward description without extensive interpretation of the results yet. I would like to highlight two steps. First, step 1, review your research questions. Step 2, decide how to represent your findings. Let's look at step 1. To start writing your findings section, let's review the research questions again. You should notice how important it is to keep your research questions in your mind. Your research questions anchor your study, including your findings section. After carefully reviewing the research questions, you should decide how to represent your findings. This is always a challenge, but it allows you to be creative and scientific at the same time. You may use graphics, such as tables, figures, when appropriate. Visuals have a great power to communicate your findings concisely and clearly. Please omit irrelevant data. To organize your findings well, there are two ways to organize the findings. First way will be you present a synthesized summary of the result, followed by explanation of the key points. Second is that you present each research followed by explanation one by one and provide a synthesized summary at the end. Usually the research questions will dictate the way you present your findings. If you are writing multiple case studies, then it will be good to share your findings case by case, a format that fits multiple case studies. You could go on to the exam patterns throughout all cases, which we would call a cross case study. During data analysis, you coded qualitative data, such as interview data. Once you have final sets of code, it will be a combination of new codes and existing codes. After completing the coding, you will make family groups for each coding. Themes for the study will automatically appear from this group of codes. And remember that you will have to answer all the research questions in your finding sections. If you have a new to writing section, it is better to write each question and then answer to the question. So you write down your research question number 1 and then you will answer this question number 1. Look at an example. In my previous study, the first question was, what strategies do 4 diverse elementary English language learners employ when they read culturally relevant and culturally distant stories? I answered by listing the 12 sets of reading strategies called a set of comprehensive set of literacy strategies. Question 2 and 3 were, how does each English language learner use these strategies to make meaning while reading in various social settings? And question 3 was, what are the similarities and differences in strategy use when they reading culturally relevant and distant materials? I answered these questions by representing 4 cases, case by case, described those examples. So one of the strengths of qualitative studies is opportunity for thick description and amic voices. Amic voices means how each participant expresses his or her own point of view using insider concepts. You should quote their amic voices where appropriate, but make sure that lengthy quotation is reasonable and they are connected to your research questions and central themes. Remember that qualitative researchers we are storytellers. One important thing to remember is that you don't interpret data in this finding section. You will interpret data in discussion and implication section. Stay concise and address factual elements. do not present same data more than once, and omit irrelevant data.